So we got a second garbage deck activate. Because of course this one I'm playing now was the one from yesterday. Now we've got today's garbage deck activate. Ooh, this one's called Actual Garbage. Slap AK 97. Alright. So Darius Sejuani here. I mean, this is a ramp hand. So how the fuck do we win? So he's an aggro deck. Oh, yikes. Oh, jeez. Forgive English. I'm Russia. I come to study at American University. I'm here little time and I'm hard stress. I'm gay also and difficult at me. I am religion person. I know act be gay with other men before, but after I'm in America, I hear about 1/8 gay club. I have looked at channel of Legends of Runeterra because it used sexually repressed people in Russia by looking at chat. I'm glad to see is same here. I want to join club. If pay is in order, money is no problem. I see you have no money. You wear same cloth every day. What the fuck? This is actually, it's not bad pasta. You know, I will say, it's not my normal flavor. It's not like the kind of Italian that I'm normally into. But I mean, it's new. It's taking a different angle. Alright, so we took an extra 2 damage to that. I might just want to Mystic Shot that instead. Whatever. Ugh. Ugh. What is this doing? Why does this feel so bad? Okay, this deck is really bad, guys. You guys did it. This is what a garbage deck activate should be. Well done, guys. Well done. I mean, I'm always Brauming here. What is he gonna do? Culling Strike me? Imagine if he was running Culling Strike and we just Rising Spellforce. That'd be so funny. You just passing here? Oh, sweet. Nice, we got him, boys. Wait, this is sick. How does he win now? I can give it all. I can grant my faces Challenger and Regen. I can turn it into a miniature Braum. I can challenge and regen this Omen Hawk and just delete it as a blocker. That's crazy.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
Is it just me or have the Targon champs been less interesting than almost all the Bilgewater champs?
I think I agree with that. I really like the Bilgewater champs. They were sweet. Icequake! Icequake! Darius Sejuani. Omen Raider. Of course it's Icequake. I mean, how could it not be Icequake? What? Okay, you got me. You killed my Poro and my faces. All right. Nice. Man, this Braum is actually like leveling up pretty soon, huh? Dude, imagine if like he has a Darius he wants to play right now. How sad is he? Icequake, like. Nice attack, dude. Good stuff. Good shit. Culling, guys, we've got Rising Spellforce. He can't Culling shit. Man, do I actually just Iceveil Archer right now just to put pressure on? I think I actually can. Just play it as a 3-1. Rising Spellforce coming in hot. I don't actually know if I can use it proactively. I think I might actually just want to like open attack with Braum without the Rising Spellforce, honestly. I mean, if he's running Icequake, what if he's running Freezes? Like, you know? You never know. I no longer have any idea what to expect from his deck. This is his plan this entire time. I mean, why do I care about letting this Darius live? He definitely runs Freezes, there's no question. I mean, if my Braum is leveling up, because also, if I Rising Spellforce, my Braum doesn't get to level up. Give it all? Give it all? Wait, why? I'll give it all next turn, guys. Give it all next turn actually makes sense. I mean, I've got so much freezes. Is homie actually developing into me? I'm not actually running out of freezes. I'm running out of mana. Because I need to give it all and I want to have like maximum value. Give it all now is sick. Oh! Faces plus give it all! I get it now! I get the deck! It's genius! Give it all, it just gets 4 Braums. Everyone's Braum. Everyone's Braum. Of course. It makes so much sense. Give it all such a crazy card. I think now that PNZ is getting like some good new cards, it feels like Give It All actually could be worth experimenting with. So if I just give it all right now, the only problem with Give It All right now, I should probably give it all next turn, huh? But Give It All right now is like, wait, Give It All right now is kind of funny. There's no counterplay, right? What? We'll just do this, right? Should I Rising Spellforce? Oh god! Oh, should I Rising Spellforce one of the 3/3s first? wait. I have to. It's too funny. Wait, do they all have permanent quick attack? Wait, this deck is genius. Culling? Guys, he doesn't have culling. We know he doesn't have culling. Like, obviously he could have drawn it in like 1 or 2 cards, but it's too low odds to make it worth it to not do this. He has to troll chant. He's terrified. He has to try to mitigate this as much as possible. Are all the quick attacks permanent? Because this quick attack is temporary. Wait, so the Tavern Keeper only has quick attack this round, but Give It All gives him permanent quick attack too. Everyone has permanent quick attack. I mean, they all have regen, so it doesn't really matter. But it's funny. Like I don't know. Wait, Braum's a 9/9. Hang on. So wait a second. He was 0, and Give It All buffs him +5, and then he gets unfrozen, and now he's a 9/9. Okay. I mean, sure. What the fuck? This is so stupid. Holy shit. Dude, I love Give It All. I want to mess around with Give It All decks. Now, with the new cards, there's so many new PNZ cards, like, Give It All actually feels like it's a lot better as a deck. I unironically feel like stuff like Victor, like, I want to run stuff like Give It All to help give decks like that some value. I don't even know if Victor is the best deck for it, but Victor needs a win condition anyway. I think this is one of the more underrated cards. Like, obviously that was a very specific kind of game, but you could also build Give It All to be more reliable. Yeah, it's just a sick deck. I fucking love Give It All. It's such a funny card. I don't know if Ezreal's actually doing enough here. It feels like Ezreal's gonna have a pretty hard time leveling up. Alright, let's go. Callista Elise. So this is like the full fearsome deck. Does Troll Chant even really do a ton against that? This is kind of a nightmare matchup, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think I mean, Braum gives us a 3 attack unit. Patch Porabot has to be bad. I think we need like Kindly Tavern Keeper and Iceveil Archer, and like nothing else matters. Wow, I think I might have to mulligan Braum too. It's so sad. I'm not even attacking evens. So Braum can't block against fearsomes. And I'm not attacking evens, I'm attacking odds. So Braum would only get it on turn 5 instead of turn 4. I think I have to full kick. So we drew 1 Archer. 1 Archer, I don't know if it's gonna be enough here. Ugh. Double Braum. That's true. The second Braum turning into Take Heart, like, that could be a win condition. That could have been a solid argument to have both Braums there. I could see that. But it's still so slow. It's like, the fact that I'm attacking odds instead of evens. Like, turn 5 against Fearsomes, just starting to try to stabilize by killing one thing every turn there kind of feels terrible. Faces seems so lost in this deck. Low 8 cards. I mean, Faces might end up being a little unnecessary here. Like, its point is it's an extra unit to buff for the swing as well, which is kind of cute. I think this is just an easy Tavern Keeper. Don't really think I can not Tavern Keeper here. Faces into Braum. Oh, you mean like... Whoa, what the heck? So I'm actually a little confused. What kind of hand passes there? Is there anything that actually punishes me for trying to get this chip damage in? I can't think of anything. Stalking into Pale kills my thing, but his thing still dies. Risen Mist into block. But then what? Like, I guess it could be a Risen block. But I mean, that's not even that good for him. And I do kind of have to value chip damage there, you know? So, I mean, Braum kind of makes his Wraithcaller unable to attack, which is pretty nice. If he's got Pale Cascade, he'll attack with it anyway, and we'll counter with Flash Freeze, which I'm pretty happy with. I think it's actually better than Icefield Archer here. Archer is stronger? Really? Why? What's the argument? I mean, Braum curves out in a fairly necessary way. Like, Archer does the same thing, which is just stop that one attack. If I didn't have some way to protect Braum from Pale Cascade or Mark, then I couldn't play Braum. But since I've got Flash Freeze, I can. Whoa. Okay. Sure. That's not really a bluff spot. That's just a weird attack with Wraithcaller. Like, that is not a bluffable spot for his deck. I'm always gonna block that. Or not always, but very, very likely, regardless of my read on his hand. I mean, I guess I developed the sentries before attacking, since these are basically doing nothing else anyway. Archer always hits because they run Harrowing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Archer will be good value later. I didn't need to get unique value with it there, whereas Braum represents like a blocker there when it doesn't later. It's not about like what's happening on the turn, it's about like what our future options are. So he could actually have like a weird double trick, but my Braum still always survives that. This is a little weird. I don't know. Like, on one hand, you're kind of... So, like, they're the aggro deck, so we should be thinking, like, okay, I'm not really in a hurry to win the game, but like any actually good aggro deck, they have, like, powerful over-the-top late game that puts, like, a time pressure on us. So I do feel pretty pressured into attacking here. I'm a little light on tricks. I also, like, these sentries, I need to draw cards off these sentries. They're not fearsome blockers, so I need to swing with them no matter what. There's a consideration that attacking with Mighty Pora is really trolly, though. Because if, like... like, I can't really trick out to save it now. I mean, if he has a weird trick to kill my Braum, I actually wonder how much I care. Like, the odds of that happening are really low, because you didn't do it last turn. And also, like, in this matchup, Braum's actually not that big a deal. But yeah, I think attacking with the Mighty Pora was probably just a little silly there. I think I am kind of forced to troll chant here. I could... Braum flicks next attack. I think I'm fine with this. But yeah, attacking with the Mighty Pora was wrong. Like, I think the other attacks are good. I think we do need to attack, but Mighty Pora had no business being in this attack. Give Braum health. So you can split the chance, but what are we doing by splitting the chant? If we're playing around Pale Cascade, our Mighty Pora still dies, and that's the best Pale Cascade he's getting. If we're playing around Mark, our Mighty Pora still dies, and that's still the best Mark he's getting, right? Like, what does splitting the chant there actually do? Okay, and this is the forced Icefield Archer. Saves both. Splitting the chant doesn't... Splitting the chant saves the Braum for the Mighty Poro, basically. It gives him, like, he can choose to kill the Mighty Poro instead. It doesn't save both, though. Right? It's a little awkward. Well, at least we can get one card off of our sentry here. Braum did his job. Yeah, that's pretty much what Braum is meant to do in this matchup.
I have waited for a ribbon since the weeks before release, and you have jinxed it all week. Here's $5. Please keep cursing me, you curly-haired sex man.
I guess I just Mystic Shot this here. I don't think I can really Mystic Shot later for more value than this. Thanks, buddy. Harrowing is a problem at 8 now? Yeah, I mean, Harrowing is always going to be a problem. I don't think this deck can really answer Harrowing. It would take like a very specific early game setup for us to be in a position where we reasonably could answer Harrowing. That's basically not happening. Go down to 2 mana, kindly on the attacks. We can just open attack like this. Mystic is nuts? It's not nuts. I mean, he's played a bunch of Wraith colors, but right now we're more scared about stuff like Harrowing, and like one attacker doesn't really do that much anyway. So this is a good draw. We hit the real nut. Avaroz and Trapper. Okay. And the Doom Beast was the card off of Stalking Shadows, by the way. We can see the position in the hand there. So, I mean, I have to play Trapper first to defend against an open attack. The only problem with this is, like, ideally I would Mystic Shot on the defensive turn so that cards like Pale Cascade and Mark of the Isles wouldn't be as good. Because, like, when you get the temporary turn attack buff out of the way on a turn where they're not attacking, that feels good. Unfortunately, not better than playing Trapper here. He's played all 3 Wraith colors. High rolled. Yeah, we're getting a little high rolled here, though. He did kind of play into our, 1 and 3 Enraged Yeti, though. I think that's not worth it on his end. Like, obviously, we did hit the 33 Enraged Yeti, and we're not really supposed to hit it, but I think there's not really enough of a reason for him to not play around that at the same time. So, Callista actually has a pretty easy time leveling here. We kind of can't really let the Callista level, which is a little awkward because I also can't really go down to 3 health. That's no good. I think it's just like this. It's kind of the only thing we can do. I don't see anything else. If he's got Glimpse, he can definitely level the Callista, which is a little annoying, but not like the biggest thing in the universe. He would Glimpse the 4-1 here. Ooh, goes for the very committal Atrocity on face. That is a crazy risky play. And he's tapped under too? Wow. So I just Flash Freeze that. I Mystic Shot this one. Well, so if I Mystic Shot the Horror, then Callista levels and kills my Yeti. I might have to take this 3 damage then. Huh. I guess I'd rather use a Flash Freeze and just like tank the 3 on the Arachnoid Horror. The Yeti's only at 1 HP. Yeah, but it still matters a lot. Like, his deck doesn't have a ton of ways to answer 1 HP units, and more importantly, I mean, we're kind of on a clock to kill him here. And 6 health is, like, fairly safe, because we're outside of the range of Atrocity. This is Challenger. Challenger is actually not as useful here. Open attacking against Skitterer can matter. Skitterer is actually fairly likely as an option. I actually really want my Ezreal to connect face. It's actually really, really important here, I think, that my Ezreal connects face. So I think I want to open attack. Poro bot for Challenger? Sure. Could he block in a way that gives me lethal this turn? I just drew the second Spell Force. That actually kind of changes things. Man, I might actually Mystic Shot before my attack here. That's so weird. This draw literally changes everything. Because we actually have lethal potential this turn if he can't block our 5/1. Skitterer is so likely. I think I can't really play around Skitterer here. Just open? I mean, if we open, we don't have enough damage. What do you guys mean just open? We know we don't have enough damage. We know we have the 2 spell forces. We know he blocks the Yeti, and we know he has got the second Doom Beast in hand. That's not enough. I think I just solo attack here. You die next turn if you don't open. If you open, yeah. We have no way of surviving if we open attack there. We have to like force this out of his hand or hope he doesn't have Skitter or hope he doesn't have Harrowing. I think the best thing to do, I don't know, does Mystic Shouting Face actually do anything here? Double Spell Force the Ezreal and try to Ezreal lethal them? But Ezreal, we don't have lethal here. We don't have enough damage. What do you mean? I mean, I guess I can do this. Off a top deck? Yeah, I mean, like, what if we top deck the other Mystic Shot? You're saying that's fair. But I mean, outside of that, we definitely don't beat a Harrowing here, because we can see he has like 17 HP, right? Okay. I mean, that's perfectly fine for me. Sure. I don't know if that's better odds than just like taking a more free win here, because like committing the Rising Spell Forces and then whiffing the Reach loses to a lot of hands that don't have Harrowing all of a sudden. And I think that's I don't know, I think that's pretty important. So here we can use I think probably just Flash Freeze. Like, we're not really losing to anything off this Flash Freeze, right? I don't know, this feels fine. Keep Freeze for Atrocity. Yeah, but we're not losing to an Atrocity top deck. Like, if he drew Atrocity plus Pale or something, then we're losing to an Atrocity top deck. But, I mean, we're fine here, right? Yeah, we're good. So, I think the fact that we knew he had 17 health, like, when you do the math, there is an argument to be made about, there's an argument to be made about hoping we top deck, like, an extra source of, like, high damage there to try to win. But, I mean, we know we don't have lethal there, right? Like, we can see we don't have lethal there. And that's really, really important. That's why I didn't go in before. Whereas there's a lot of hands that Rising Spell Force is the only way we can actually survive. Weirdest win ever? I mean, not so that, like, the thing about that kind of game is that's how you play against aggro, right? Like, we don't protect the Braum. The Braum did exactly what the Braum was meant to do, which is summon one Mighty Poro and then, like, force an exchange that's really bad for the opponent for like a 0 attack card. And then Mighty Poro goes on to block 2 units. If we split the buff between the Braum and the Poro, all we do is kill the Poro, right? We give him the option of which one he wants to kill. We don't save both of them by splitting the buff. and we just protect the unit that, you know, stalls his ability to win the game. We just stop his game plan. We're not against like aggressive decks like that. We're just trying to stabilize and not really trying to play for our own game plan. In the same way, we don't have quite enough damage if we like Rising Spell Force on an open attack, just because we know that the block is going to go to our ranged Yeti, and we know he's got the second Doom Beast in hand. So we don't have enough reach to actually threaten one turn lethal, unless we're going for a Mystic top deck, which is a fair argument, but it's like, it's just about the odds of whether Harrowing is more likely. Like, the only way to beat a hand of Harrowing is to try to top deck Mystic Shot and commit to the open attack. But in doing so, we start losing to some other hands. It gets a little bit messy at that point. But we're not really trying to do anything else against like aggressive decks.